'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring. Not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap, when out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen. On Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricanes fly when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in red from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a round little belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings. When he'd filled all the stockings, he turned with a jerk, and laying a finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But we heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night."
After all, what could be more Christmassy than a thick stack of syrup-drenched waffles?
As usual, Herb, there you go, letting history take a back seat to your stomach. The ringing of the bells at Christmas time is a holdover from early midwinter celebrations. When the earth was cold and the sun was dying, evil spirits were very powerful.
And one of the ways to drive evil off was by making a great deal of noise. As making noise was also fun, bell-ringing ceremonies became a part of the spirit of Christmas.
Next on our program is the exquisite Carol of the Bells.
This isn't driving you off.
A good evening. Tonight our concert is with the Paris Bell Harmonic, the house orchestra here at Notre Dame Cathedral. I have a hunch they'll give us a wonderful performance under the baton of Maestro Quasimodo.
Magnificent! Who was that conductor?
Oh, I don't know. But, his face sure rings the bell.
Oh. One of the most beloved symbols of Christmas is the Christmas tree, festooned with lights and ornaments.
And candy canes and popcorn chains.
Yes, of course, Herb. The Christmas tree has come to represent the focal point of the Yuletide celebration. O Tannenbaum, an exceedingly well-known...
Here we come a walk.
Of all the Christmas tree ornaments turned out that year, very long ago, only one had a happiness. His name was Noel, and at the very moment he was created, old Herman, the glassblower, received truly joyous news. Elise, his only daughter, had just given birth to a baby girl. He was a grandpa at last. And being quite emotional for a glassblower, Herman cried for pure joy. It was Noel's good fortune that one merry tear became part of him.
My name is Noel, and I have a happiness.
Yes, Herman's tear of joy had become Noel's happiness.
I wonder what the world will hold for me.
I couldn't care less.
Gosh, you're pretty.
It's not proper to speak until we have been introduced.
Oh, well, who are you?
You don't know? I am Miss Friesenda, the Ice Maiden, if you please. I am a very unusual and precious ornament.
I'm just Noel, but I have a happiness.
How terribly middle class.
Finally, Noel and Miss Friesenda were placed with 10 other ornaments into a cardboard box. All of them together were something called a dozen.
Psst! Where are we?
In the box thing, stupid. Each in our own little compartment.
But we can't see each other this way.
I rather enjoy that.
Not me.
You're a pest.
But what about the others?
I couldn't care less.
Hi, my name is Noel, and I have a happiness.
Quiet. Come on, we're trying to sleep. Go have a little peace. Who's making all that racket?
Then the box that held the dozen was delivered to a truly magical place. The afternoon of Christmas Eve in a 5 and 10 cent store. Back in those days, that was the only place some folks could afford to be merry.
Wow!
Will somebody please shut that greenhorn up?
Hey, what are those big things walking around?
Don't shout. They are called people things.
Some of them are littler.
Oh, honestly, they are children things.
I like the children things.
It figures. You would.
Look respectable, Noel. We are a thing called for sale. And we want to be a thing called bought.
Finally, one of the people things, Noel found out she was a thing called a mother, bought the dozen and brought them home.
cost 50 cents down at Smitty's coal yard, but...
Oh, darling, it's worth every penny. And look at these.
Hey, they're swell. Ah, Merry Christmas, dear.
Miss Friesenda.
Don't ask. We are in a thing called a home.
What's a home thing?
A people thing's box.
Children thing. Hey, look at everything. It's Christmas. Not yet. Tomorrow. Tomorrow's my favorite. Let's play. I love you. Do you want to go on the tree?
Whoops! That's not a good idea, honey.
Now, come on, all of you. It's time for dinner.
Gotta wash our hands. Already washed. Wash them again. Why?
Santa's watching.
Yeah, everything counts with Santa. She loves me.
Noel looked up at a stately evergreen whose mighty branches were like great strong arms.
Hi, my name is Noel, and I have a happiness.
Wonderful. My name is Brutus. Glad to know you.
Kindly Brutus became Noel's first friend. He was very patient. He didn't mind answering any of Noel's 1,001 questions.
What's happening now, Brutus?
It's become a thing called Christmas Eve. The reason you were made and I was born.
It feels like magic.
When the children things were tucked into a thing called bed, the people things came back downstairs and went to work.
Here's a good spot for you, little fella.
I get it. What a neat idea. Hey, look at me.
Oh, Noel, please shut up.
After the dozen, along with several other dozens, were hung onto Brutus's strong arms,
All right, dear. Plug 'em in.
Noel met the Mazda sisters, a delightful, if slightly world-weary bunch.
My name's Noel, and I have a happiness. Hi, Noel, sweetie. She winked at me.
Then, of course, there was the Tinsel Clan, a flighty group, but very necessary. Then, under Brutus's lower arms were placed many colorful boxes tied with bright and fancy ribbons. And around all this, the father thing placed a toy electric train named McIves, which he'd owned since he was a child.
Season's greeting, season's greeting, season's greeting, season's greeting.
Hi, McGuives. My name is Noel, and I have a happiness.
Can't talk, can't talk, can't talk, can't talk.
Why can't you talk? Brutus, what's old McGuives so busy about?
He's trying to catch his tail.
Why?
Don't know, but it seems very important for toy electric trains to catch their tails.
Darling?
And then a special place was made for one final thing to be lovingly placed under Brutus.
What's that down there, Brutus? I can't see inside.
Just a little toy stable.
But why would they have a toy stable?
Well, Noel, somehow that little stable is the thing that tonight is all about.
Then finally, with that weary wonder that only parent things can know on Christmas Eve, they realized the job was finished. As they'd done every year, and as their parents had done before them, they had taken holiday trinkets and made Christmas magic.
What's this I feel now? It's so lovely.
It's a thing called peace and goodwill. You're quite remarkable to be able to feel it. Usually it's reserved for the people things and animals, and sometimes us trees.
I guess maybe it's because I have a happiness.
I guess maybe it is.
Hours passed, but it seemed only an instant. For suddenly, it was the thing called Christmas morning. The world got brighter and brighter, and happier and happier.
Yay! I got my teddy bear!
Oh, it was a wonderful time. There were toys, and there was laughter, and presents were exchanged, and there was laughter. And loved ones visited, and there was laughter. And even more presents were opened, and there was even more laughter. McIves ran around his track. And there was laughter. And good things were eaten, and there was laughter. And good kisses were kissed. And then, to top everything off, there was more laughter. Oh, it was a wonderful time, which went on for 7 whole day and night things. But then it became a terrible thing called January 2nd.
Back to normal.
They're gonna put us in that old dark box again, Brutus. Why?
Because it's all over.
He's not gonna get me. I won't go. Uh-oh.
Goodbye, little fellow. Goodbye. Keep that happiness of yours. Never lose it.
Noel never saw Brutus again. Noel and the rest of the dozen were put into a high, dusty, dark thing called an attic, where they became a thing called forgotten. But as it always does, the thing called time moved relentlessly from season to season, and it became a thing called spring, and a thing called summer. And eventually it was a thing called autumn, a time for pumpkins and turkeys. Then came that truly glorious day when the first snow of the year fell. And then finally...
Hey, it's back again. The good thing. The wonderful, beautiful, Christmasful thing.
Time, like the little electric train, had chased its tail around the universe and arrived at Christmas once more. There was a new tree named Harold, but almost everything else was the same as the year before. The family, the friends, the Mazda sisters, the tinsel clan, the brightly wrapped packages, the mysterious little stable, and of course... Season's greeting, season's greeting, season's greeting, season's greeting.
Hi, McIves.
Careful, Noel.
Phew, thanks. Harold, what's inside that little stable down there? Brutus said it's the thing that Christmas is all about.
Well, I guess Brutus was right.
But it seemed that almost before it started, Christmas was over again. Noel said goodbye to Harold, and the attic thing was his prison once more. And in this way, year followed year, a bittersweet blend of joy and attics. After Harold, there was Bernard. After Bernard, there was Anthony and Gregory and Irving and Jock. But as the years passed, Noel sensed that a subtle change seemed to come over everything.
Hey, the children things are getting bigger.
Oh, Noel, Must you always be so dramatic?
They're getting to look almost like the people things.
I couldn't care less.
Indeed, the children things had become people things. Then came the things that changed all things. Things such as graduations and engagements and weddings and war. Then one day, years later, Noel heard something terrible from down below.
Oh, what's the use? Kids scattered all over the country with families of their own. Let's not bother with a tree this year.
All right, dear.
Oh, no! No Christmas! No more Christmas!
Good. A vacation at last.
And as the long, lonely attic years continued to pass, Noel finally fell into a deep and seemingly endless sleep. It was lucky that he slept, for he missed the thing called heartbreak which visited the house. He missed the things called wills and auctions. He never heard the words, just leave that junk in the attic, it's of no use. Noel never heard the terrible final sound the lock made as it shut off life and warmth and joy from the old empty house, leaving it with the ghosts of long-ago Christmases which everyone had forgotten. And as the years crept slowly by, the dozen slept on. Like the house, their bright colors faded and chipped. Indeed, everything seemed over. I say seemed over because when you have a happiness, nothing is ever completely gone. And perhaps it was the happiness working its magic. Who knows?
Kids! $22. Got it down at the mall.
It's worth every penny. Look, I found these old ornaments in the attic. Maybe they'll look pretty with all the new plastic ones.
Merry Christmas, honey. Oh.
Merry Christmas!
What's merry about going back to work?
Brand new children things!
Hey, look at everything! It's Christmas! Not yet tomorrow. Tomorrow's my favorite. Let's play! I love you to pieces!
You... Christmas is not till tomorrow.
Now, come on, all of you. It's time for dinner.
Nope, these are just too chipped and old to use.
Chipped and old? Chipped and old? What does he mean by that?
Not pretty, I guess.
Not pretty? Oh, of all the... Oh, put me on that tree. I insist. Put me on that tree.
It's no use. They don't want us. Here comes the lid.
Wait, we could use this little fellow to balance out that branch in the back.
Goodbye, Miss Frizenda. Goodbye. Gee, she didn't even say goodbye.
Seems she's too worried about being chipped and old.
Oh, hi. My name is Noel, and I have a happiness.
Call me Abraham.
Yes, there was a new tree, but all the old friends were back, including...
Season's greetings. Hi, Noel! Long time no see.
Hi,
Oh, the little old red ornament. It's broken.
But somehow Noel was still aware. He was on the floor, he knew that, and for the first time, he could look into the tiny stable.
Why, there's little toy people things, and a little toy children thing. The thing it's all about.
And then there was the thing called a miracle. For now that his old glass body was no more, the happiness that was really Noel was released.
My name is Noel, and I am a happiness.
And being pure, unadulterated happiness, it could go anywhere.
Hey, it's the world thing. The thing called the world. And it's Christmas all over the place. Goodbye, old house. There's a lot more of Christmas for me to see. I'll race the Christmas dawn around the world. I'll meet all the other people in all the other houses. Houses made of wood, houses made of brick, old houses, new houses, rich houses, poor houses, big houses, small houses, houses so tall I can hardly see the top, houses made of grass, houses made of snow, castles and bungalows, chateaus and pagodas and wigwams, and each has its own set of people and children things.
But some spoke different tongues with different ways of life. Some had never even heard of Christmas.
Who cares? I've got enough happiness for everybody.
For wonder of wonders, little Noel had become the pure joy of Christmas. And he would live on forever in the happy hearts of all mankind.
Hey kids, don't miss the hottest show on NBC's Way Cool Saturday. All new episodes of Saved by the Bell with Zach, Kelly, Slater, Jesse, Lisa, and Screech. NBC's Way Cool Saturday. Now stay tuned for an all-new Perry Mason, The Case of the Fatal Framing, next.
Snowflake dressed in a snow white gown. Tap, tap, tapping on your window pane to tell you she's in town. Ooh, here comes Susie Snowflake, soon you will hear her say, come on everyone and play with me, I haven't long to stay. If you want to make a snowman, I'll help you make one, 1, 2, 3. If you want to take a sleigh ride, the ride's on me. Here comes Susie Snowflake, look at her tumbling down, bringing joy to every girl and boy. Susie's come to town. Susie's coming, here comes Susie Snowflake, dressed in a snow white gown. Tap, tap, tapping on your window pane to tell you she's in town. Ooh, here comes Susie Snowflake, soon you will hear her say, come on everyone and play with me, I haven't long to stay. If you want wanna make a snowman, I'll help you make one. 1, 2, 3. If you wanna take a sleigh ride, morays on me. Here comes Susie Snowflake, look at her tumbling down, bringing joy to every girl and boy. Susie's come to town. Susie's come to town.
Jingle bells. I'll get it. Hi, I'm glad you're here.
Hiya, Ronald. I love the holidays.
Me too. It's a magical time of the year.
Magic.
Know what else is magical?
What?
Reading a good book together.
Neat. Can we have popcorn too?
And cocoa?
And a blanket.
And hurry!
Hurry.
Here in Mill Valley, folks seem to do a lot of wishing around this time of year. I guess wishing and Christmas just naturally go together. Let me show you what I mean. Once upon a Christmas, miles and miles away, there was a little girl named Ivy. And Ivy lived with many other children in Miss Shepherd's home for orphans.
Ivy, why didn't you speak up before? All the other children have been taken in for Christmas. Somehow we just forgot about you.
That's okay.
And now it's too late. I'd take you home myself, but I have to visit my sister.
I've got a place to go.
Oh? Where?
My grandma's house.
No. No, you don't have a grandmother. Well, seems the only thing we can do now is send you to the Appleton Infants Home. You remember that, don't you? But it's just for Christmas. Then everything will be back to normal. Come on now, we'll just make the train. I don't like sending you all the way to Appleton by yourself.
I'll be all right.
Well, I suppose. It's not that far. Now remember, it's the last stop.
I remember.
Don't get off before that.
Okay, okay.
Oh, I almost forgot. Your present. Merry Christmas.
Hi, I'm Ivy. Make a wish, okay? I wish I was going to my grandma's. She'd have a great big Christmas tree and lots of presents for me. Especially a doll. That's what I really want. Maybe this is a doll. A beautiful Christmas pencil box. Oh.
This is Holly, the newest doll in the toy shop right here in town.
Holly, you blink too much. What's wrong with you?
I'm wishing.
I'm wishing.
I'm wishing. Dolls can't wish.
Don't get abracadabra angry, Holly.
He's a meanie, he's a meanie, he's a meanie.
He can do terrible things. I don't care. I wish a little girl would come along and take me home. I wish she'd pick me up and
drop you. I warn you, children's hands are rough. They squeeze.
But I want to be squeezed.
No child will want you. You'll be a leftover.
Attention!
Peter, the customers. Christmas is no time to be playing with toys. Oh, dear me. What am I saying? Here, wrap this for Mrs. Gonzalez.
Your bologna sandwich?
No. Here, make a pretty package, kid.
Kid. I'm so tired of kid. I wish folks would treat me like a grown-up.
At ease.
Why can't I be put in a pretty package like the bride doll?
You? A wedding can be any day of the year, but you're a Christmas doll. After tomorrow, nobody will want you. Mill Valley, next stop.
Now, wishes are fine things, as long as you don't depend on them. But sometimes you just gotta help a wish along.
Merry Christmas, Officer Jones.
Merry Christmas to I-V-Y. Ivy. Hey, that's me. Who did that? Maybe I do have a grandma. I'm Ivy. I'm Ivy. Oh no. Boy, if I want to find a grandma, here's the place to look.
Fresh Christmas trees.
Chestnuts, nice.
Fresh Christmas cookies.
Get your candy canes here.
Albert, is something wrong?
Nothing. Edna, what brings you out in all this hubbub?
Shopping for our Christmas dinner.
Just a small chicken, remember? Christmas is just another day.
Oh, Albert, why don't we have a Christmas tree this year?
We go through this every year, Edna. It'd be a waste of money. We have no children to enjoy it.
But...
We'll talk about this later, dear. I'm on duty.
Here you go. Oh, she's so pretty. I wish I had someone to give her to. Did that doll blink? Must be my imagination. Mr. Smith, I'd
like one Christmas tree, if you please. And I'll have to get lights and ornaments and tinsel and a star. Oh, it's going to be a very Merry Christmas, Mr. Smith.
Indeed it is, Mrs. Jones.
Oh, Grandma. I'm Ivy.
Do you want a balloon?
Don't you know me?
I don't think so, no. Did you want a balloon?
I'll take a blue one, please.
Phew. What a day. Pack up all the leftovers and we'll put them in inventory till next year.
Don't worry, Mr. Blossom. I can handle everything.
Oh, you're a good kid, Peter. And you were a great help. Pick any toy that's left for a bonus.
Don't you think I'm a little old for toys?
Oh, I don't know about that. Seems to me you're never too old for toys. Oh. Here, you lock up tonight. I'm too tired.
Me? Really?
You're a big kid now. Responsible. I trust you.
Whoa.
And don't forget to deliver those boxes. Good night, kid. Good night, Chief Assistant Peter. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Blossom. Here, Chief Assistant Peter says have a good view of Christmas, you two. I'll put you in inventory later. And maybe I will pick out something for myself.
The train! But what about finding a grandma? What went past? It's so dark I can't see.
Good. I like the dark.
But people can't see us.
There's no one out there. It's over. People have all gone home. Yes.
Then, do we go to that place Mr. Blossom spoke of?
Inventory?
What is inventory?
A small, dark room where no one sees you or disturbs you, where you wait covered with dust, and I'll be there!
Come back, please! I'm so cold.
There is nothing lonelier, there is nothing colder than being cold and lonely on Christmas Eve. And sometimes a wish all by itself isn't enough. Sometimes a person has to make her wish come true.
Grandma's house would have a beautiful Christmas tree, but no children. That's how I'll know when I find it.
I'm off, Edna. Be back for breakfast. Nice. It looks nice, Edna.
Can you help me?
I guess.
My Christmas girl. My Christmas doll. I wish I could hold her. I wish she could hold me. And hug her. And hug me. Achoo. She's cold. I have to find a warm place to sleep. I'll be back. Maybe this could be a good luck key. I sort of need some good luck. It's warm. I can stay here, I guess. I'll look for my grandma in the morning.
Do you want a balloon?
Don't you know me?
Merry Christmas!
I hear the bell, Miss Shepherd. I'm getting up. Oh, I'm not there. I'm here. I have to find my grandma and my Christmas doll. My good luck key. My Christmas doll. My Christmas girl.
She's outside and can't get in. And the shop's not open today.
But Officer Jones, I've got to find that key.
It's all right, Peter.
But Mr. Blossom trusted me. He gave me the key to lock up. I didn't know I had a hole in my pocket.
I don't think anyone's robbed the store.
He'll never trust me again.
What kind of key was it?
Big. A thief might have picked it up.
Here. It wasn't a thief. It was me, Ivy. So you don't have to cry.
Cry? Who'd cry? Well, thanks. I better go inside and look things over. I'm in charge, you know.
And I'm going home for breakfast. Now, what are you up to, little lady?
Trying to find a grandma.
And where might this grandma live?
I don't know exactly.
Child, I think I should take you to my house just to get warm. Then, we'll do something about finding your grandma. Okay?
Everything looks okay in here. Hey, we didn't sell the train. I could take that as my bonus. That little girl saved my job. Maybe she'd like a present. Why don't I give her the doll? Because I can't afford to, that's why. Wait a minute. Mr. Blossom said I could take a toy. He didn't say it had to be for me. Okay. Ouch! Get away! Hey! Stop it! Let go! Let go! Weird.
Look, a grandma's house.
Grandma?
See? A Christmas tree. And there aren't any children.
Not a one.
It's what I've been looking for. A house with a beautiful Christmas tree, but no children. I'm sorry, sir, but I can't go home with you. I think I see my grandma. Please, sir, you ring the bell.
No need to ring the bell. You can come right in.
You know her?
Edna!
Albert, breakfast is ready.
Someone here to see you.
What, dear? Oh, my.
She wants to ask you something.
Yes, dear?
Can that be my Christmas tree?
Well, yes, if you like.
Delivering that Christmas present you wanted.
Perhaps this is for you, too.
Oh. My Christmas doll! Oh, thank you! I'm just going to hold you and hug you and squeeze you and love you. Ma'am, can I ask you a big favor? Would you be my grandma?
Your grandma?
You can think it over. All you'd have to do is love me.
I think I could manage that.
So Ivy got a Christmas doll and a grandma, just as she wished. And Holly got held and hugged and squeezed, just as she wished. And when the Joneses adopted Ivy, which they did, they had the child they wished for.
This is the story of Mary and of her husband, Joseph. They lived in the days of King Herod in a city of Galilee called Nazareth. One day, God sent the angel Gabriel down to Nazareth, and the angel appeared before Mary. My name is Gabriel, the angel said, and my place is in God's presence. I have been sent to speak to you and to bring you good news. The Lord is with you. Blessed are you among women. Mary was much troubled at hearing the angel speak so. But the angel said, Mary, do not be afraid. You found favor with God. You will have a son, and will call him Jesus. He shall be great, and men will know him for the Son of the Most High. his kingdom shall never have an end. And Mary said to the angel, "Let it be according to your word." And with that, the angel left her. It happened that in the days that followed, a decree went out from the Emperor Augustus, ordering all of the people to be registered and taxed. All had to go and give their names, each in his own city. And so Joseph, being of the family of David, went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to David's city in Judea, a place called Bethlehem, to give his name there. Joseph asked for a room, but the innkeeper said there was no room for them at the inn.
No room.
Nearby, there were shepherds in the fields, keeping a night watch over their flocks. The glory of the Lord shone about them. This day, in the city of David, a Savior has been born for you, the Lord Christ himself. This is a sign by which you will know him. You will find the child lying in a manger. And out of the east, 3 wise men came, and the star went before them. And when the star stood still over where the child was, they went in. They found the child there with his mother Mary, and they knelt down to worship him. And then they opened their treasures and presented unto him gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And all the angels sang in the heavens, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men."
Was the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there.
Whoa, Dunder! Whoa, Blitzen! Whoa!
It's Santa Claus. I don't believe it. All right, Smarty, you'll see. Oh, Santa.
Hello, Virginia. Hello, Jackie.
How did you know our names? Because he's Daddy. Dressed up, that's how. He is not Daddy. Well, he's not a real Santa Claus. Aren't you really?
Come here, children. Come on, Jackie. Yes, I'm really Santa Claus, and I want you to believe in me. For children who don't believe in Santa Claus, miss the joy of Christmas.
Tell us a story, Santa.
Tell you a story? Certainly. I'll tell you about the monkeys' Christmas. A story you'll always remember.
Monkeys don't have a Santa Claus.
Indeed they do. Monkeys, you know, are very much like human beings in many ways. And sometimes they do the very same things that we do. For instance, in the spring, they like to get out in the open. And there is a place called Monkey Mountain, where there's always sunshine and monkey shine. There are good monkeys and bad monkeys. But here is Charlie, a good little monkey who likes pretzels. And although monkeys don't like to go into the water, Charlie is willing to swim for one. But the selfish monkeys want to get Charlie's pretzel the easy way. And no matter how he tries, he can't get away from those bad monkeys who steal his dainty morsel. But when it comes to bananas, all monkeys make pigs of themselves. Even Charlie's in there getting his share, gobbling up skins and all. You've seen people like that, who don't want to give anybody else a chance. Oh, well, it's all in fun. Well, Eating too fast and too much lands this fellow right into the doctor's office. Serves him right. Open wide now. My, what a funny face. Sometimes monkeys catch cold. So like good little monkeys, they take a hot foot bath before going to bed. If sick monkeys do what they're told, they get well quickly. That's good for all of us to know, isn't it? Now let's see. What else do I know about those little fellows? Oh, yes. Monkeys celebrate other holidays, too. On Halloween, they duck for apples. But, after all, ducking for apples is the hard way. It's easier to pick them out. And on Halloween night, they dress up in funny costumes and wear masks just as you do.
But you were going to tell us about the monkey Christmas and about the monkey Santa Claus.
Yes, Santa, please tell us more.
Well, let's see. When Christmas draws near, even the bad monkeys try to be good. And they even get all prettied up for the Christmas holidays. The girl monkeys put on their nicest dresses and hats and try to look their best. The boy monkeys see that their hair is cut and their fingernails are trimmed and polished. Well, that soap must taste pretty good. He wants more. Monkeys usually live in trees or on monkey mountains. But these monkeys have heard all about Santa Claus. And then the great day arrived, and down the chimney comes the monkey Santa Claus. And what a time is in store for those good little monkeys. Toys galore and a whole room filled with surprises. So you see, children, monkeys are very much like you in many ways, except one.
What way is that?
They know they're monkeys, but you don't.
Oh, I know I'm not a monkey.
But you are really Santa Claus, aren't you?
Virginia, I'm going to answer your question by telling you what to say to any of your little friends who lose the wonderful spirit of Christmas. They do not believe except they see. They think that nothing can be which is not comprehensible to their little minds. All minds, Virginia, whether they be men's or children's, are little. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. He exists as certainly as love and generosity and devotion exist. And you know that they abound and give to your life its highest beauty and joy. Not believe in Santa Claus? You might as well not believe in fairies. Nobody sees Santa Claus, but that is no sign that there is no Santa Claus. The most real things in the world are those that neither men nor children can see. Did you ever see fairies dancing on the lawn? Of course not. But that's no proof that they are not there. Nobody can conceive or imagine all the wonders there are, unseen and unseeable in this world. You can tear apart the baby's rattle and see what makes the noise inside. But there is a veil covering the unseen world which not the man, nor even the united strength of all the strongest men that ever lived can tear apart. Only faith, fancy, poetry, love, romance can push aside that curtain and view and picture the supernal beauty and glory beyond. Is it all real? Ah, Virginia, in all this world, there is nothing else real and abiding. No Santa Claus. He lives, and he lives forever. 1,000 years from now, Virginia, nay, 10 times 10,000 years from now, he will continue to make glad the heart of childhood.
welcome one and all to the Little Story Shop, a magic place of stories and toys for girls and boys. Let's go inside now and meet Mr. and Mrs. Little. And here they are, Mr. and Mrs. Little. The children of the town love to come in and listen to their stories and see the toys. Maybe we'll hear a story now.
Do you hear the carolers, Mr. Little? What does that remind you of?
Yes, my dear, I hear the carolers. They remind me of a Christmas some time ago.
Tell us all about it, Mr. Little.
I believe it would be best if Mrs. Little told this story. I seldom talk about myself. Well, not very often, anyway.
All right, sir. I'll tell it. There's a lot to learn in this story about Mr. Little, children. So listen. This story takes us back several years ago to another time just before Christmas. And as always, the boys were singing in the street. But things were a little different then. You see, Mr. Little wasn't always the friendly, pleasant gentleman he is today. In fact, he was rough, gruff, and just a little difficult to get along with. Why, he didn't even like the music. In fact, I don't think he liked anyone, which is not a very good way for a toy maker to be.
Why don't they stop that infernal singing?
Well, I frankly didn't know what to do. We were so awfully busy with Christmas so near, and I knew that Mr. Little was afraid he couldn't get all the toys made.
I'd give anything for some good help.
Did you say anything?
At first, we didn't know who on earth said that. We looked all over, and then we saw him. What a strange little fellow he was. Where he came from, who he was, what he wanted, we had no idea. But he certainly was there.
Well, now, did you say you'd give anything for some good help?
Why, yes, I guess I did say that.
Good. Then I'll go to work for you, and when I'm through, you'll give me anything I want in the store.
Yes, certainly. But what can you do?
You just watch me. Just watch me.
My. You should have seen that little fellow go to work. Mercy. He worked so fast, why, we could hardly keep up with him. And night and day he worked away, doing this and that and everything. He stopped only for two things: to eat a little bread now and then, and to listen to the carolers. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let everything again. Let every heart prepare in room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. And one day, as he was listening to the choir, a little girl came up to our window. He could tell that she wanted something inside. We didn't know what the two were so interested in, but they seemed to get along famously, and they became fast friends, for every day she returned when the carolers were there, and every day the elf talked to her. And on we worked, and never before had we made so many toys and had such good business. But wouldn't you know that Mr. Little got worried because everything was going so well? He was worried about what he would have to pay our little elf friend for all his work. After all, he had promised him anything.
Oh, maybe he'll take all our profits.
Well, you can see that Mr. Little was really worried. In those days, he was quite a worrisome person. But everything seemed to go on smoothly. The elf worked harder than ever. And the carolers came every day with their songs. And the little girl came to stare in the window. And finally, Christmas Eve came, and what a day that was. We sold just about everything in the shop, and our tireless little friend had helped us every minute. While we were sitting there, talking about our good fortune, we had a visitor outside our window. We didn't see her, but you can bet our friend the elf did. And suddenly...
I want my pay!
Well, you can imagine how this startled Mr. Little. He finally managed to mutter.
Yes, certainly. What would you like?
You said I could have anything in the shop. So I want the big doll in the window.
The doll? Yes, well, yes, of course. The doll. She is yours.
I was just a little surprised, too. And I could hardly believe my eyes as Mr. Little gave him the doll. And the funny little fellow stood there with that big, beautiful toy in his arms.
So, my friends, I've been well paid. Thank you, and Merry Christmas!
We were both speechless, to say the least. And before we knew it, the little elf was gone.
This I cannot believe. He worked so hard, and for only a doll. I do not understand. I must follow him to see what he does with it.
And that's exactly what Mr. Little did. Follow that little man out into the street. And when Mr. Little came inside the church, he saw what the elf was going to do with the doll. He was going to give it to the little girl. And when she saw the beautiful doll, she could hardly believe her eyes. Here was just what she'd always wanted. She couldn't speak, but the elf knew this would be her happiest Christmas. And all at once, Mr. Little was beginning to find out something new about Christmas. Like so many of us, he was terribly busy with the buying and selling, building and wrapping, working and planning for this busy time of year, that he had forgotten about some of the other things of Christmas, like giving and thinking of the happiness of others, and thinking, too, about the real meaning of Christmas. He never found the little elf again, but Mr. Little found Christmas. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let everything again. Let every heart prepare Him room, and let nature sing, and As he walked along the street, he thought of the many things he would do to help make people happy. Not only on Christmas, but every day of the year. And when he came home, he couldn't hold it back any longer.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas to everyone!
And so you see, that's what Mr. Little thinks about whenever he hears the carolers in the street.
Yes, children, they taught me that there's a great deal more to Christmas than selling toys. And I've never forgotten it. And don't you forget it either.
And that, children, is the story of the elf and Mr. Little.